Good morning, Year 1. Hope you're all okay. This morning we're going to do some maths, but to do that we need to get our maths brains working. So we're going to start off by doing some counting. So I'd like you all to join in at home. Here we go then. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. Now I've chosen one of those numbers to be our special number for today, and that number is going to be the number 11. So have a little think. What do you know about the number 11? What's it made up of? How many tens has it got and how many ones? That's right, it's got 1 10 and 1 1. Now when you're at school normally, you can use your maths toolkits to make the number 11, but it's a bit tricky to do that at the moment. So instead, I'd like you to have a good think about the different ways you might use to make 11. And I've made some myself, so maybe you could check to see if I've got them right. So the first way I thought of was using my numicon. Whoops. And in order to do that, I've got my 1 10 and my 1 1, and that makes up the number 11. Another way you could do it is with your tens and ones. So we've got 1 10 and 1 1. Or you could use something else. Now, I bet you could tell your adults at home what these are called. That's right, it's a part-whole model. And a part-whole model shows us what the whole number is and the two parts that make up the whole number. And in this one, the whole number is 11 and it's made up of the number 10 and 1. And another way you could use your part-whole model is by drawing them. So instead of writing numbers, you could draw your 1 10 and draw your 1. And that's how we make the number 11. Now, as it's our special number today, our learning objective is to partition number 11 and find and represent addition facts. And in order to do that, we need to think about what 11 looks like. Check we have made 11 each time. So this part's very exciting because I'd like you now to go around your house and find 11 objects, and you need to bring all those objects back, and then we're going to do something special with them. So in 3, 2, 1, pause the video and go and find your objects. See you in a minute. Right then, did you find your 11 objects? Hopefully you did. Maybe you got some socks, perhaps you got some fruit, maybe you got some sweets, but shh, don't tell anyone. So I've got my 11 objects, and here they are. But let's just double check I've got 11 first. So let's count with me. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1 on the end, 11. Now we've just looked at partitioning 11, and we already know that there's one way we could partition it. So what is that way? How many tens has it got? How many ones? That's right, you could partition it into the number 10 and 1. So I'm going to move one counter over here. So there's our first way of partitioning. You've got 10 and 1. Now in order to do that, you could also write it as a number sentence. So here's my example. So we've got 10 add 1 equals 11. Now you've got your 11 objects. So what you're going to do is you're going to split them up into 2 groups and think about what numbers make up 11. And then have a go at recording the number sentence. So the first one's been done for you. 10 add 1 equals 11. Off you go then. those maths brains ticking away. Keep going, everyone. So, we know the first one is 10 add 1 equals 11. Did you think of any other ways? Brilliant. So if we know 10 add 1 equals 11, we could do something else. We could think about, well, what's another way? Instead of doing 10 add 1, I'm going to take away 1 from this object, and I'm going to have 9 add 2. So, did you get that one? So instead of having 10, I've moved one of my objects over to this side to make 2. Now, you might start to see a pattern. So I'd like you to carry on working through and see if you can find any other ways of making 11 by splitting your objects up. Keep going, everyone. Excellent. So the first one we started is with 10 and 1, 9 and 2. So if we know each time we're going to take one away, what could we have this time? Let's put our objects back on. So we're going to start with 9 in this group. Check I've made 9. So there's my 9. And in this group I've got 2. So what could I do now? Excellent, I could move an object over to here. So now, instead of having 9 and 2, I've got, that's right everyone, it's 8 and 3. Well done. Now again, you could do the same again. So take away 1 from here. And this time we've got 7 and 4. Now I'd like you to keep going through that pattern and make sure you've found all the addition facts to make up 11. But don't forget, there's one that should go up here too. What do you think that might be? Do we need to add anything to 11? No. So you should have started with 11 and 0 equals 11. So keep going through. I bet there's lots of ways. And keep those maths brains working, keep counting. Think about where you can put the objects to make sure that you're putting them into 2 separate groups. Fantastic. So, we've now got lots of numbers on here. So what's the next one that you could have? Excellent, so you could have 6 and 5. And this time you've taken another object away and moved it to this side, so you've got 5 and 6. What's happened to this number sentence here? They've both got the same number, but they've done something funny. They've done the switcher. So instead of having 6 and 5, it's switched itself around to be 5 and 6. Next we've got 4 and 7. Check you've got all of these. Let's move this down so you can see. Then we've got 3 and 8. 2 and 9. 1 and 10. And to finish off, 0 and 11. So those are all of our number facts to 11. So hopefully you managed to get all of those. Now, as you can see, this one switched around, but so did all of the others. So instead of having 7 and 4, we switched it around this time to be 4 and 7. Because when we're doing addition, we know that it doesn't matter which way round the numbers are because you can just switch them round. So I hope you enjoyed that maths lesson today, everyone, and I really look forward to seeing you again soon. Keep those maths brains working.